Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have a book haul for you. I am collecting stuff for the new school year. I have been getting rid of a ton of books, which I think by the time you see this, my book hauls will have gone up. So here, or book unhauls will have gone up. So here is my book hauls. I have a couple of stacks here. I ended up needing to go to Thrift Books, and at Thrift Books, if you purchase a certain amount, you get free shipping. The Elusive Pimpernel by Baroness Orczy, and this is the continuation of the Scarlet Pimpernel. Some of them are really expensive, so I wasn't necessarily purchasing them in order. Just FYI. Oh, there's that book I was looking for. That was not purchased. That's my reading. Another book that I got is Outlander, the first one, and this is a chunk. And the reason I did this on Thrift Books, I think it was like $3. My library fines for this would have been more than that. I'm not sure I'm going to like it, so I just got the first one. I have everybody telling me that I'm going to love it, but I know that there's a lot of smut, sex and smut on the TV show, so I'm a little leery about the book, but I keep being told that I will love it, so we're going to give that a shot. Another book I got is Truth, Beauty, and Goodness Reframed, and I think this one is actually from Amazon. So one of the things that I do with Amazon is every time I get my credit card points back each month, that's kind of my blow money, or what I call my Amazon book money, because it always seems to be going to Amazon and books. And sometimes it ranges from about $15 to $60. It just depends on what kind of month we had. And so this helped, or that helped pay for that. And this is just one that I wanted to read. It looked really interesting. Educating for the Virtues in the Age of Truth and Twitter. So I think it popped up and I thought it would be really interesting. The other one I have is Sophie's World, a novel about historical philosophy by Jostine Gardner. This is actually I think it's year 12 for Ambleside. And I was just kind of looking ahead for the books that the high school uses in Ambleside, just to kind of get an idea of my sister who's going into high school, if there's anything that I would recommend. Or anything like that, and I just came across this and I was looking it up and it looked really interesting, so I'm actually going to read this myself. Some of Ambleside's books that have to do with religion, philosophy, I'm a little bit more leery on, so but this looked really interesting, so we'll see how that goes. And this one was recommended by Sarah Janice Brown, the one that does the Thinking Tree. And I just recently read Out of North Korea. I highly recommend that book. It was phenomenal. I'll leave it linked down below. And so I saw this and I thought it would be a really good book to read as well, especially after reading that one. This is the true story of how I survived and escaped North Korea. And actually within my family, my sister-in-law who married my husband's brother, her father actually escaped North Korea and is a pastor and talks about all that kind of stuff. So I'm a little bit fascinated about that. The other book I got is the story of David Livingstone. So this is one that my year 6 daughter is going to be doing, but I kind of mix and pull from the different years just based because I can. But this looked like one that would be good. And then another one that she has the end of this year is Never Give In, The Extraordinary Character of Winston Churchill by Stephen Mansfield. We did Theodore Roosevelt this past year, and I had these growing up. These are ones that my mom had had us read during high school, so I'm more than happy to assign those to my kids. Okay, the next pile I have here has some Instagram bookstore sale type things, and so that one is The Slave Who Freed Haiti. I'll try to leave a couple of my favorite ones linked down below for you, but this is The Slave Who Freed Haiti, and we just learned about this in our Story of the World Volume 3, so I saw that and I was like, that'll be a really good biography to have. This is Indescribable by Louis Gigolo. I've heard so many people highly recommend this, and then it was $5 on Amazon, so I grabbed it and I shared that on my Facebook page. So if you're not following my Facebook page, if I see deals and stuff, I share it over there. So go ahead, and I'll leave that link down below. Go ahead and like that page so that you can see when those deals are posted. Looking for Vikings and stuff, I just happened to come across this in my search for children Viking books. We're going to be needing that coming up here, and I'm trying to get ahead in my reading. So I found this. There's a couple other ones in this series. So I just got the first one, and this is the story of Rolf and the Viking Bow. The problem with a lot of the Viking books is it's easy to find ones for boys. It's a little bit more difficult finding girl ones. So anyway, another Scarlet Pimpernel. This one is The Triumph of the Scarlet Pimpernel. I love him playing the Scarlet Pimpernel. My mom had the 3 or 4 DVD set. Oh, I loved it. He totally nailed the character. Okay, 2 more from an Instagram thing. I'm trying to remember why I got this book, because I don't buy a book just because it's old. There has to be a reason for it, and I literally don't remember it. Anyway, this is called The River's End, and it's about the Northwest Mounted Police. So that's all I could tell you about that. And then this one's Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr. So I think this will be really good to read. My daughter wants to see the Hamilton musical, but I don't know if I'm ready for her to do that yet. But we could read it and just kind of get some background information. This is why I had to go on Thrift Books. My dear son gave away our copy when our family was here because he wanted them to take back something. So he gave one of his favorite books to them, which is kind of unfortunate because, honey, it was my copy, but I didn't say anything. He really wanted to send them. He was bawling over the fact that they're crying and we won't see him. They're the furthest family away for us. Actually, no, not anymore. I have another brother-in-law that is. Anyway, he fell in love with them, so he gave them one of his favorite copies so that they could enjoy it as much as he did. So I had to replace it. So if you've never read these Douglas Bond books, this is Duncan's War. There are 3 in the series, and then he did a Revolutionary one, which also has 3 in the series. I highly recommend them, and I will leave them linked down below. Along with Thrift Books, I also got Early Thunder by Jean Fritz. I remember loving this as a kid, so I got it so I could read it with the kids. They're not too big on Jean Fritz like I am, but I really like that, and I do think that is one that they're going to like. It. Oh my goodness, that stinks. I think the nails need to go outside for a little bit. And then the last book that I got is this Hunka Munka Chunka. We are going to be trying to do like chemistry and things like that for science this next school year. So I got this book of elements, and we'll see how it goes. Of course, I love Jeannie Fulbright's Apologia Elementary series, so I'm going to try their book, and then this will be our companion with it, and any other thing that I can find to go along with it. Marie Curie is definitely coming up.